Alright, so I'm going to make this video real quick on how God showed me that I was a manipulator. So I'm in my late 30s now, and in my early 20s, I started going to a church, and I really got into it, and I to the point where I changed everything, how I was living. I started doing everything, living right. I started living right, basically. So one day, this is what happened, and when I said I was living right, I was even paying tithes too. I got to throw that in there because it's part of it. I was paying my tithe. If y'all know about tithes, that means that you give 10% of whatever income you make, you give off the top, you give 10% to God. That's your tithe. And then you give an offering. So I was doing that. And then for months. And then one day I got the bright idea to give more than 10%. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give more than 10%. God gonna bless me more. Just thinking logically, but God don't work like that. So I did this for months, and then I ended up getting in the jam. And then when I got in the jam, of course, naturally, me being, sold out to God, I prayed to God, like, God, I need your help, help me with this, help me with that, whatever. So long story short, at the end of my problem, I ended up falling flat on my face. I fell flat on my face, and then I was mad at God, like everybody, And then I went and I talked to God, and I was like, I went to prayer, and I was like, damn, what happened? And then this is exactly how God showed me I was a manipulator. I said to God, the first thing I did was, I said to him, I was like, I don't do this anymore. I don't sin. Well, I tried, I wasn't, of course we all sin, but, I wasn't doing the things that I was doing before. So I don't do this anymore. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't party. I pay my tithe. I pay more than 10%. And then after I said all that stuff, God said to me that he didn't ask me to give more than 10%. You know what I'm saying? Like the word says, give 10%. So the extra that you was doing, that was not, you know, I didn't tell you to do that, and that was not love. You was doing that out of manipulation. And this is how you know when you're a manipulator, because after you get done doing something for somebody, you start expecting things from them, and then you start feeling entitled too on top of that. And this stuff comes in stages. It's not something that happens overnight. It's stages. Like it might take months. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that you have to reflect on yourself. Like I had to reflect on this, like, wow, like, cause I was doing this for like years, probably. I don't know how long I was giving the more than 10%, but I was living right for about 3 years, consistently, you know. So that's how I know manipulation. So this is how you see manipulation. You see that, the first stage, people, they do things for you, and then the second stage is that they feel like, like that same energy should be reciprocated back, and all of that. And so that's where the entitlement sets in, and that's where the demands, you start demanding, like, you know and the complaining starts setting in. So that's the second stage. So at the third, by the third stage, that's when the full blown manipulation is at work at this point. Because at this point, the other person either done bended to that, they probably folded and said, you know what, I'm gonna just do whatever to keep this person happy, you know, and and or the person didn't fold to that, and they're going through it. So you know this is something that you can only see within yourself. You have to evaluate yourself with that. You got to ask yourself, do I really be expecting things out of people? Do I get mad when I don't get what I want from people? Whether I deserve it, or whether I do deserve it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, because at the end of the day, we're not entitled to anything. We don't deserve anything, even from the people that we love. We're supposed to love people for free, and they're supposed to love us back for free. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, at the end of the day, you know, that should not phase you on who you are as a person. So, not saying that that's how I am. I got my issues too. I get upset too. So, I'm just saying this is how you know when manipulation is at work. So people will always throw in your face what they do for you. You know what I'm saying? And how they, basically like devote themselves to you. And that's how that's manipulation. And the person might not be intentionally trying to manipulate you or be they're not intentionally trying to be manipulative. Like when I did what I did, I wasn't intentionally trying to be a manipulator. It was unintentional, but I was still being, at the end of the day, I was still guilty of being a manipulator. So understand this. A lot of people justify themselves. They have 1,000 excuses on why, and why they do this and why this and why that. That means nothing. At the end of the day, if you're a manipulator, you're a manipulator. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter if you're the victim. It doesn't matter. Okay? All that matters is that you're a manipulator. Check it. Check yourself. So that's what I had to do. And so when it comes to manipulation now, like I don't bend to that. And so one of the problems that I face with dealing with manipulation is that I don't deal with it with love. You know what I'm saying? You're still supposed to deal with it with love. I deal with it like real cold. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't respond to it at all. So that's still, that's like a growth part on my behalf that I need to work on. So that's basically, so that's it. That's how you know. And any questions, any comments, let me know what's up.